Hey everyone, it's Tara. This is Sopitastuff, and today we're going to be mending some things. It has been a while. This video has taken a long time to kind of have the energy and time to mend and work on things and then put together. And of course, I've decided to revisit it while there's an active heat wave. So you might hear the sounds of fans, and that's because I'm sweating. With that being said, in this video, I'm going to tackle three kind of like mending slash upcycling slash tailoring tasks that I've really been putting off. And I'm taking you along on the journey because a lot of these things require new skills I've never tried before. So come along while I try and fail and seam rip and then try again. Let's get into the first one.
Round 1.
So this is a sweatshirt that I got at PAX, which is a gaming convention I went to with friends. Unfortunately, the merch was so tiny. This was a sweatshirt that was supposedly a 2X. It did not fit me. So I cut it up the sides and it still didn't really fit me. So I decided that I'm going to add 2 panels in, sacrificing this sweatshirt from Nathan from Toyota. Thank you, Nathan, for your sacrifice. This sweatshirt is a very similar material, and I'm going to go ahead and add triangle panels to the side. What could go wrong? I've never done something like this, so using thrifted materials made it kind of low risk. What's cool about the sweatshirt is it had ribbed panels on the sides, so I decided that's what I was going to include. I measured the width of the bottom of the sweatshirt, of that like triangle I had cut, and then went ahead and cut myself a patch piece from the Nathan Toyota hoodie. I had to remeasure the height of the opening and make sure it was even with the other side so it didn't look too bonkers. I did freehand that with kitchen scissors in a rental apartment in Boston. So I definitely needed to clean it up. And I cleaned up the patches too, just so that they aligned a little better. And that way it would look clean, especially considering I've never done this kind of alteration before. I am experimenting. I'm not following a pattern. I literally just looked at it and thought, I bet I could put a triangle panel in here. So I went ahead and pinned it. This was interesting because I've never sewn something with a point, like 2 pieces together at a point, but I did all the normal things, right sides together. I believe I did a zigzag stitch because these are slightly stretchier materials, and I haven't really sewn a lot of stretch before, so giving it a zigzag felt like the right thing to do. I did have a really hard time when it came to the point. I ended up finding a sweatshirt in my closet after I finished the project that has a similar kind of like open panel in it. And it looks like they did a line up, a little straight, and then a line down. I did not do that when I sewed this. So I did the best I could, and it definitely could be fixed with the information I have now, but I think that's something I'll revisit in the winter because my God, I'm so sweaty, and that is a sweatshirt. So I successfully added 2 panels, one of them a little pinchy at the top, but like, I think we're gonna get away with it. And now it's cute and wearable.
Round 2.
I have had these Big Bud Press Western pants for a million years and haven't been able to wear them because they're so freaking long. And cuffed up, it was just too cuffed. So it's time to hem things, which I've never done. I found a tutorial on TikTok that was super easy to follow. It just requires a couple of measurements along the hem, like the point where you would like it to be hemmed to, its original hem, and this is done to maintain that hem. So here are my measurements, and a lot of this was also guessing and intuition. I went ahead and marked them with tailor's chalk and then clipped them on the inside so that we could sew and then unpick if it was wrong without losing all of the material. It is way easier and intuitive than I thought. I'm 5'3". I should have been hemming a lot of my things this entire time, but I've been incredibly scared, especially when it's something you invest a lot of money in. it is pretty scary to put some scissors into it. These pants are definitely not cheap, and they're a little thicker, so I went ahead and used a denim needle just in case. They feel like a canvas, so something I definitely wasn't super used to sewing, and I knew probably needed a better needle. So I went ahead and I sewed all the way around. Something I didn't anticipate was they're slightly tapered. So as you are sewing, the fabric is coming in, so it created like a little pinch in the fabric. And I did try again. Yeah, there's that little pinch. I did try again, but I still ended up with that little pinchy part. That might be something I just learned how to deal with practice. I did attempt a second time and ended up with, I believe, one less of those little pinch points. But, you know, practice makes perfect, and also perfect is done. Like, perfect is enough. Perfect means I tried it out and it happened, and that's perfect to me, because all we're trying to do is learn. This day that I was sewing, I was watching my friend Trevor play Pokopia. I haven't played Pokopia myself, but I love to watch friends play. I love watching people play games in general. I find it incredibly relaxing, and it's something I did a lot as a kid. So now being able to work on a project while I'm in company of a friend, watching them game, that makes me super happy.
Final round.
So my favorite flannel got a hole in it, and this mending situation became an entire saga, and I'm gonna let Pastor take it away. I have been mending my flannel for 45 minutes, and every time I do something, I look, like I finish, and I'm like, I'm done. I look, something's f***ed up. Okay, look how nice. I did some visible mending. I also like zigzagged it on the sewing machine so that it wouldn't fray anymore. Beautiful. I look, all of the threads on the end are coming out. I'm like, so then I zigzag the edge and I decide, okay, now I'm gonna sew it together. Okay, I do. It's fine. Then I'm like, it would be cute to put visible mending over it so that it would be a little more reinforced, a little whip stitch. I do it, the knot pops out. Then I go, oh, I'll just add some stitches perpendicular, like a little square. I was going to do a fun shape, lost the will. Beautiful. Guess what? This is the inside. This is the outside, and it looks like, and I'm going to lose my mind. And in the end, I got there. It did take, obviously, a few tries and a lot of seam picking, but in the end, my flannel is fixed, and I get to wear it, well, when it's not 1,000 degrees out. Thank you so much for coming along on this crafty sewing adventure. I hope you, 1, learned from my mistakes, or 2, remembered your mending doom pile that needs some attention. Let me know what you're working on below. I'd love to be inspired by what projects are in your life right now. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying cool. You're taking care of each other, and I will see you next time. And there is a next time, because I'm already filming the next video, and that was an adventure. Have a good one.